Well, thank you. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. As it was mentioned, I'm a prosecutor. I've served in this circuit for 6.5 years, trying criminal cases. And so when you or your friends or whoever is a victim of a crime and it's a felony, it comes to our office and we prosecute those cases. And that's what I've been doing, is trying cases here in the circuit on behalf of the people. And I think it's important that a Superior Court judge who's going to preside over criminal cases and preside over civil cases have both criminal and civil trial experience. Being a lawyer is just not enough. We've got lots of lawyers, but experience is important, and trial experience is important to be able to preside over a murder case or preside over a civil lawsuit. And I have that experience. In addition to that, I think it's important, as I tried to emphasize tonight, that character matters. And character matters a great deal on the bench because there's very few people to hold a judge accountable. And I believe that a judge, a good judge, should seek justice and should love mercy and walk humbly with God. That's what I think it's all about. That's what I'm striving for. If elected, that will be the center focus of everything that I do. And so, again, my name's Kevin McMurry, and I'm asking for your vote on July 31st.
I'm running for this job because I love my home, I love the people, and I love the place, and I've dedicated my professional life to the law. And I want to use those talents to serve the people of the circuit. I have substantial experience with jury trials. I do have some criminal experience, not as much as my opponent, but I've got a lot more experience with civil cases than he does. But I want everybody in here to understand and remember that you're not voting for someone in this election to be an advocate in a civil case or a criminal case or any other kind of case. You're voting for someone to preside over every case, whether they're an expert in that area of the law or not. And you're voting for someone that's going to have the life experience, the judgment, the temperament, and the common sense to protect the public and preserve the integrity of the legal system in every case in the best way that they can. I have those personality traits, and that's why I think I'm the best candidate for this position, and I'd ask for your vote on July 31st.
Gentlemen, and I hope those of you in the audience will join me. What is your position on T-Splosh? The second part of that question, if it does not pass, what is the state's plan B for addressing transportation concerns?
First of all, let me say that before my dad left the legislature, he proposed this same legislation, but rather at a statewide level. And I fully believe that was the right thing to do. It may have been before its time, but I completely agree with that, all or nothing. But to answer your question, do I support it? Anytime the people are given an opportunity to have their voices heard through a referendum on the ballot, and I'm in office, they're going to get that opportunity. Because the people of their district know best for them. I'm not going to try and mandate what they need to do or do not need to do as far as taxes, education, transportation, any issue like that. But as far as a plan B, there are no more federal funds to draw down. Our motor fuel tax has gone from about $1.2 billion to a little under $900 million. We have no plan for infrastructure or maintaining roads at this point. But I'm all about leaving the decision about T-Splosh up to the people of that region.
The second part of the question, you answered, is there a plan B?
There is not. Not at this point. Now that could be revisited depending on how the state, or the different regions throughout the state intend on participating or not.
John?
I'm going to answer the question on the T-Splosh. I simply think it's a bad bill. So right now we're stuck with a situation where we've got an ugly situation and a bad situation. We'll just drop that. This provides for more layers of government, more government bureaucracy. It's a 14% tax increase on your sales tax. It's going to hurt the poorest among us. And again, it's a result of poor planning over the years. You right, there is no plan B. And it's absolutely shameful. But it's bad for Troup County. I don't know what the needs of the people of Troup County has to do with the needs of the people of Butts County. I don't know, I don't understand how that works. But I do know this, I'm going to stand on principle, and my answer is, I think it's a bad bill.
Carl?
I have concerns about the makeup of the bill in and of itself. But more so, the concerns that I have about the bill itself is the seemingly selfish motives that were the outcome, or the potential outcome. I think we are trying to go back into two Georgias, metropolitan Atlanta, and the rest of the region. So I think my sense was the fact that they created this so that they could relieve congestion, hopefully, in metropolitan Atlanta, and maybe not so successful in rural Georgia. So I too voted against not putting it on the ballot. I voted no.
Randy? Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't answer. Is there a plan B?
There is no published plan B, but I suggest that if nothing passes, that we as legislators will come back with plan B.
Randy?
I don't think there's anything that's perfect. I voted in favor of putting this on the ballot. In my 6 years in the legislature, every year there was some type of transportation bill to try to address the growing problem of infrastructure. I've said so many times, transportation is economic development. 40 or 50 years ago, the state of Georgia spent a lot of money on interstates, on infrastructure. It put us in a position to lead when it comes to bringing in in position of economic development jobs. We are in the position now where if we do not do something, then we're going to lose that lead. We've got one of the best ports in the country. We're going to have more and more ships coming in if we get that port deepened, which I think we will. We've got to move those goods. We've got to have the infrastructure. Atlanta, we've got one of the world's busiest airports. People can't get in and out of there. That's going to cause a lot of problems. But when you look at this, and there were a lot of proposals, as Kim said, that have been out there. In the past, when something come up on a statewide basis, it was always said, oh, well, we in Troup County are not going to give one penny to do anything in Atlanta. Okay? This time, none of your pennies will go to Atlanta. It will stay within that region. All of that money will stay within your region. It does not go outside of that region. So you've got a situation where you've got a known amount, there is a set amount that will be raised, there is a known project list, and there is a finite amount of money and or time. If you don't raise that amount of money in 10 years, it's over. If you raise that money in 7 years, it's over. So I think it's the best situation we can have for a very difficult situation. As far as a plan B, I don't know that there is a plan B specifically, but I think it'll be revisited one way or the other.
This next question, John, is for John and for Kevin. John, you have stated assisting the city of Westland. You now have, and Carl will start with you, 2 minutes to wrap up.
I'm Carl Von Epps. I'm running for state representative in a new district, District 132, which includes South Coweta County, Moreland, three more precincts in Coweta County, North Meriwether County, Williamsville, Lone Oak, all of Holdenville, 70% of the city of LaGrange. It's a new district. But I have gained a world experience as a legislator over the last 20 years. I don't go up and antagonize people. I go up to represent my constituents. I go up to be a spokesperson and an advocate. And I just ask that you consider who I am and what I've done, not who people say that I am, or what I've done, and consider and re-elect me to be your state representative, House District 132. Thank you.
Randy?
I'd like to thank the people that put on the forum tonight. I think it was very good. The questions were good. And I'd like to tell you, I'm grateful for the opportunity you've allowed me to serve for 6 years as a state representative. I would ask you to send me back. I would like to continue with what I feel is principled, common sense, conservative representation for the district. I have been able, in those 6 years, to gain some level of seniority, some level of credibility that I think makes me much more effective as a legislator. And my goal is simply this. I want to create an opportunity for everybody to be successful. We talked about education. I think we started early, but if we create the right environment in the state of Georgia, we can create an environment for people to be successful. And we want to take those people that we have in our high schools and make them successful. We want to attract successful people here. So creating that environment is very, very important. And that's what I want to do. And I would ask you to, if you would please, to give me 2 more years to represent you in District 69.
Get it?
First of all, thank you, Chamber. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Jeff, for being willing to do this. I've served the last 3 years in the legislature, and I've learned a tremendous amount. And I've realized how much I've enjoyed helping people. I have been a vital part in balancing a budget that has seen some of, absolutely billions in spending on these lives due to the economy. And I think that experience is what I can take back to better represent you. There's something else that's a goal of mine, if I can return to the legislature, and that is to put God back in school, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we can talk about transportation, we can talk about education, all we want. But until you put God back in our school system, I truly believe that we're not headed in the right direction. I have enjoyed getting to know the people in the new precinct that I picked up here in Troup County, which was Hollis Hand, and look forward to meeting more of you on the campaign trail. Early voting started yesterday, and obviously the election's on July 31st, and I humbly ask for your support. John?
I echo everybody else's sentiments. This has been a true pleasure. Jeff, Paige, Karen, great job. Kip and I will both agree. We sat through a 3.5-hour marathon in Harris County a couple weeks ago, and this is far more enjoyable. So thank you to everybody who put this on. I've been serving people all my life. I started working when I was 8 years old, and I truly believe that the best pathway to success is through great service and hard work. And those two are going to go hand in hand. We need to have regular town hall meetings with our constituents. I believe that that's something that's been lacking the last 3 years. I want to do that. One of the most fun things I do at work is I go out to the lobby and meet with the people that I serve, because they'll tell you flat out, here's your opportunities, here's what you can improve on, here's what you're doing great on. We need to bring that kind of spirit to government. I appreciate everyone's time, and I appreciate your vote on July 31st.
Please join in an applause at this important